Hello friends, I'm Dr. Milind Shinde, MD Pediatrics from AIIMS Bhopal. So as NEET PG 2022 is scheduled in March, a lot of students having difficulty in covering the subject. They are not able to stick to their timetable. So here guys, I'm sharing with you some important topics from the short subject, which I call them rank deciding subject. The reason why they are rank deciding subject because a lot of students either read them superficially or just skip them. So because of that, there is a major chunk of questions that come from this subject, and they are very simple questions and mostly the direct questions. So a lot of students, they do the mistake and they lose their rank. So if you have a good command on these ranks, you'll end up in top cream layer of the ranks. So as I recommend going through all the points of the short subject, but as there is a scarcity of the time, here I have compiled few important topics from this subject and what points to read. So I hope this compilation will help you guys in prioritizing the important topics. So let's start the video. So first about the dermatology. So first basic thing about dermatology, we should know the skin structure. So lot of questions are asked from the layers of the skin appendages, and different diseases are related to the layers of skin. So you should know everything about that. You should look for the histology also. Then I think the most important topic from dermatology is sexually transmitted diseases. This is something that you must know. This is something that it should be on your fingertips. A clinical scenario will be given, like a truck driver who has a genital lesion scraping done, and you get certain, and the image will be having some stain given some particular microbe, and you will have to identify the causative agent, or you have to give the treatment. So anything can be asked. So this should be on your fingertips. And one of the thing that you should not miss is HIV. And HIV is also a part of it, and it is a very favorite question of examiner. So that part you should cover. Then next is named diseases. I will tell you, like psoriasis, pemphigus, some benign conditions like there are P. alba, and see there are some skin conditions which are considered benign, but a lot of image-based questions are asked. So you should be thorough with such conditions. Then atopic dermatitis, again tests are asked. Again, examiner's favorite topic, and dermatitis herpetiformis. So these are certain diseases that you should know thoroughly, because a lot of questions are asked from the different aspect of these diseases. Then about pigmentary disorders, there are some like vitiligo, and there are named names that you must know, like names of Ota, names of Ito. So these are the questions, like images is given, and you had to identify which kind of names is. Then again, a very important topic is neurocutaneous syndrome. So you will be given a port wine stain, image will be given, you will be asked the diagnosis. Then about tuberous sclerosis. So there are a lot of neurocutaneous syndrome. So you should know about the genetic basis of those diseases, all the criterias, and all the clinical manifestations. There are a lot of clinical manifestations that are seen with the neurocutaneous syndromes. You should be thoroughly knowing all of these, and it's a very high topic. And dermatology usually has a overlap with other subjects also, like anatomy and medicine also, anatomy and histology and medicine also will have a, and some part of micro. So there will be always a overlapping of questions. So if you read your dermatology of well, it will help you in solving questions from that subject also. Then I have made this list as per the decreasing order of importance. So other thing is investigation. So there are like dark field microscopy. There are very certain wood lamp examination. There are certain investigations which are very specific for dermatology. So you should know them. At least have a basic idea so you don't get those questions wrong. Then about drug reactions, tinea, scabies. These are also but less important. If you are, these are the areas that you should focus on, and this is something that you also should know. And then the treatment about specific drugs and the types of laser. That is also questions asked in the examinations. Then coming to the second short subject, that is orthopedics. Again, a very high level. I think this INICET November session, a lot of questions were asked from the orthopedics. So you should know the named fractures, all named fractures, their types, that how they are classified as per the fracture line or the location of the fracture. You should know all the named osteochondrosis. Very favorite question of NEET, like severe disease. So they will ask you which bone is involved. So this is something that you can make a lot of charts about it, and you will always remember that. If I have to pick one most important topic from orthopedics is nerve injuries. So again, this will have an overlap with your anatomy. So they will ask you different, again, this NEET 2021, there was a question about, I think, pen test. So they will be asked which tests are used to identify the nerve injuries. So this is a topic that is the most important, and you must know it thoroughly, like not superficially. You should know every aspect, the location of the nerve, the course of the nerve, what will happen if it is injured at a different level. So that is you should know in and out. And about metabolic disorders like rickets, scurvy, Pigott's, osteopetrosis. So this is something in rickets and scurvy. You should know all the X-ray signs. I mean, there is nothing that you can miss. So they will, you should know certain what are the basis of metabolic disorders, and the few treatment protocols also you must be aware of. Then pediatric orthopedics also, a lot of questions are asked about developmental dysplasia of hip, and there are some fractures which are very specific to the pediatric population, and there are certain these metabolic disorders again very I mean very common in pediatric population. So you must know these topics. Then when you start reading orthopedics, have a glimpse of development and structure of bone. What is osteoblast, osteoclast, what is the function, and because it is also related to certain disorders, so that is something also you should know. Then one very important topic but very difficult to remember, like bone tumors. A lot of questions are asked, but sometimes it's get confusing. The names are very confusing and they are overlapping. So but you should know all the radiological signs which are there about bone tumors. You must what as I told about dermatology, similarly for orthopedics, whenever you are reading anything, just search on Google. So what will you do? You just search on Google about something, and then about a disease, then you press image. So when you press image on Google, you will get around 9 images in your single screen. So take a screenshot of all these 9 images. So you'll see that how differently it can be asked. So you save that screenshot. So later when you revise, you just have to see it one more time, and then it will be registered in your mind. Because now the exam is more of a image based. So that will help you in answering the image based questions. Then infections about the chronic osteomyelitis and bone infections. What are the signs? What is the sequestrum? All this is something that you must know. So these are the topics which I feel that very important and you should study in orthopedics. And coming to the psychiatry, psychiatry is again a very, I think it's a very conceptual subject. The very interesting thing about psychiatry is either you know the thing or you don't know. So like a lot of questions are asked on depression, and they will define depression. You have to define the mania. It will be given a clinical scenario, and you will have to identify what the person is having, like OCD, delusion, PTSD, what is it. Also you should look at the duration, because most of the psychiatrical disorder, they are defined as per the duration. So you should be very careful whenever you are reading the question. So you have to give specific attention to the duration of the symptoms, so you can label the person under certain disorder. So the most important is mood and personality disorder, that you should know in and out. Pharmacology, again a very important topic. Antipsychotic drugs, antidepressants. Here you should know the mechanism of action, side effect, and important contraindications. And like these three things you must know about any drugs that is used in psychiatry. Then second is schizophrenia and related disorders, food eating disorders like anorexia, bulimia, nervosa, and some organic mental disorder like delirium. You are given a clinical scenario and you have to identify the disorder. So the beauty of psychiatry, as I said again, if you read it even once or twice well, with understanding, with the intensity, with the intention to learn, you will get a lot of questions right. But if you skip this subject, you cannot get a question right, because either you know it or you don't know it. Then last, you should know some basic concept about psychoanalysis and the basic and history of psychiatry, about the contribution of different psychiatrists in the past. And then in the management, about cognitive behavioral therapy and electroconvulsive therapy, what are the indications and when it is used and when it is not, and what is the current status of these treatment modalities. So this is something that is important in psychiatry. Then coming to the next part is anesthesia. So anesthesia is again a short subject, but there is always a 4 or 5 questions from anesthesia. So you should know the basic principle anesthesia, stages of anesthesia, and how it works. So that is something that you have to start with. Then the most important topic is inhalational anesthesia. So for inhalational anesthesia, you should know the name of the drugs, mechanism, and the site of action. You should know the indication, that what are the specific scenarios where these drugs is indicated, then side effects, and then contraindications. So these are something that you must know for inhalational drugs, IV agents, and local anesthesia, and also for the neuromuscular agents, blocking agents. So you should know all these things for that. So this is something, this formulates a major chunk. These 4 things will formulate the major chunk of your anesthesia syllabus. So you must first be thoroughly knowing these things. And other things, if you get time, then you can also read about the circuits, about the machines. I mean, see, it's like 4 or 5 questions will be coming, and 3 questions will be out of these 4. There is also Mallampati score. A lot of questions are asked about the Mallampati score, so you can just know it. and different routes of anesthesia, like what is epidural, and different kind of structures are pierced in the during this procedure. Such questions are asked. So at least having a basic idea helps you while answering the questions. So this is something that you must know in anesthesia. Then about radiology, if you see the last recall of a NEET 2021. So as per the teacher, 14 questions you can solve with your radiology knowledge. So whenever you start your reading your radiology, you should know X-ray principles of all the investigations. What is X-ray? What are the mechanism it takes to produce X-ray, and how it is the films are made? What are different type of films? USG, what is piezoelectric effect? How does USG work? When it what are the different modalities of USG? CT scan, again the principle, MRI, PET scan, and nuclear studies. You should know the principle of all the investigations that are in radiology, and that will be asked. Then you should know the indication and the contraindication of the all the investigations. So that should be on your fingertips. Then how, which X-rays and which images you can watch. See, there are lots and lots of images. As I say, radiology will have an overlap with orthopedics, medicine, and anatomy kind of things. So there will be always overlap. Radiological surgery also. Actually, radiology can have a overlap with any subject. So in imaging, there are particular imaging topics that you must know, like CT brain. You should know how the brain hemorrhages look like, subdural hemorrhage, epidural hemorrhage, interparenchymal hemorrhage. So you can identify a lot. Again and again, these questions are asked. MRI brain, know the normal structures, know the basal ganglia where they are located. Different small structures in the brain. You are asked to identify these structures. In chest, you should know all the X-rays. You should know all the pneumonias, pneumothoraces, then pneumomediastinum, different congenital heart diseases, what type of X-rays you get. And for CT thorax, usually you ask normal structures. So a plain cross section of the CT thorax would be given, and you will be you will be asked to identify like pulmonary artery or aorta or right atrium. There will be a mark, and you will have to identify what structure it is. So you should be at least have some knowledge about these basic things. Then for sonography, abdominal USG is the most important. Then abdominal CT, again, you will have to, they will ask you to identify the certain organ, or MRI abdomen can also be given. And also angio to identify the vessels. Very basic questions are asked. So if you have seen it once, it will help you a lot. Then in genitourinary system, know about what is MCU, mixed rating cystoelectrography, what is pyelogram. They will be just give you an image, and you have to identify that why it is used, or what is the indication, or what is the name of the investigation, as simple as that. Also, you must know the abdominal X-ray and the barium study. So there are different signs like double bubble sign, claw sign. Then barium study, what is done for and which pathology you have to identify. So that is also basically asked. Then fast and fast, and last is nuclear scan. So that is again now a very important topic. Thyroid scan would be given, and you'll be asked you what do you suspect. So you should know about the nucleic scintigraphy and these different isotopes used. So this is in imaging, you should know at least these things. Then recently they have asked a lot of scores and grading, like Birat score, Agerson score, which is a coronary calcium score, CORAD score, recently asked in I think INSAT and NEET. So you should know these things. And last is radiotherapy, about brachytherapy, teletherapy. So you should know all these investigations. This is again a decreasing order of importance, but this is something that you must know in radiology. And 14 questions is a lot. So if you're getting 14 questions from radiology, then you definitely have to give a significant time for radiology. Then last subject from the rank deciding subject or a short subject is forensic medical and toxicology. So first and important topic is post-mortem changes among thanatology and decomposition. Here you have to know the chronology, like what happens after what. You should know the proper order. You should know the timeline, that what time it takes to set rigor mortis and how it progresses, which is the first organ affected, which is the last organ affected. A lot of questions are asked in NEET. Then about humans and other species identification, male versus female, difference between the hip, again a very important topic. Then asphyxia, what is homicidal, suicidal, what are the different signs you get, types of injuries, stabbing, how to differentiate between the stab wound and the other kind of injuries, gunshots, very important topic in forensic medicine, types of guns, types of bullets, and different exit and entry wound, frequently asked. Types of wounds, what is bruising, what is abrasions, again commonly asked. Then this is also a very important topic in FMT, that is legal procedures and laws. And I have not seen a lot of questions in INICT, but this is a favorite for NEET. So you will be asked a lot of IPCs, criminal codes. You will have to different terms like what are the jail conditions, POSCO acts, different acts will be asked. So you should know about these legal procedures and laws. So most of the important IPCs you should know, especially about the injury, you must know. Then sexual offenses also you should know. Toxicology. Now toxicology approach, your approach to the toxicology should be very important because it's a very vast. It takes a very lot of time and it's very difficult to retain and remember. So I will advise at least know the common toxins like dhatura poisoning, mushroom poisoning, snake bites. So these common things you must know. Don't go for the toxins which are very rare and very fancy names and which are not commonly met. You must know like kerosene poisoning is something that is commonly you can see. So at least know this organophosphate poisoning. You must know it on the fingertips. You should know everything about it. But don't go for very rare things in toxicology. And last, autopsy and the types of autopsy. So guys, that's all about the short subject. I hope it helps. See the what I will like to advise at the end that for short subjects again they are very high yielding and as I call them a rank deciding subject. So if either you go through all these important topics, know them from in and out, so that will help and revise them at least twice or thrice before your exam. And if you are still finding it difficult, then go and solve the MCQs from this short subject. Solving more and more because these short subjects are mainly fact based. So a lot of fact based questions are asked. So solve more and more MCQs. So your factual knowledge will be strengthened. So guys, I wish you all the best. If you have any doubt, let me know in the comment box and take care.